Hi, I'm Rita, and I'm finally back. I say finally because it's been 3 months since my last video, and I didn't expect it to be that long, but I'm back now, and I just want to just take a minute to just be in this space, to just be in the present moment of being alive, actually doing this video. After I've been saying I was going to do another video, saying I was going to do another video, and here I am right now actually doing the video. So yay me. So basically, just a quick recap of my last video called I Don't Want to Do YouTube. Basically, I was just talking about how after being unemployed by choice, quitting my job, and basically doing food delivery for about 2 years, maybe a year and a half, I was looking for a new direction. I prayed to God, woke up with the answer to do YouTube, and that's not the answer I wanted. So I fought it for 2 years, maybe even 3 years. No, about 2 years. I've been fighting it until I finally just broke down and made that video, and you know, had intentions, like I said, to come back and make another one. But honestly, I ran into two issues. The first one is like, what am I going to talk about? You know, what was the follow-up video going to be to that, or what a video period. And once I did get a topic, it's like, okay, I don't have time to do this. I do. That was the biggest thing. I don't have the time to do this. I'm a caregiver to my mom. I do food delivery. You know, I'm in the process of my weight loss journey, which requires a lot of time with food and exercise and everything that entails. I got my own creative projects I'm working on, writing a book. So it's like the list goes on. Like any free time I have is just basically for me to decompress. I don't have time to add YouTube onto an already full plate. Okay? That's what made it easy for me to just push YouTube aside. Because I just literally, that's what I told myself. Not told myself, I realistically believe that I did not have time to do this. But it still kept gnawing at the back of my head to do another video. Do another video. Do another video. Okay? And it's like, it would not go away. It has not been able to go away. And so, what I've learned in my years of being an adult, that when something doesn't leave me, that means that I actually have to go ahead and pursue it. I have to explore it. I have to see where it takes me. And so that's what I'm going to do with YouTube. That's it. I said I'm going to commit to learning YouTube and see where it takes me. I'm going to commit to learning YouTube and see where it takes me. And how does that make me feel? A little nervous, unsure, uneasy, anxious, lost, but I have to do it. I have to do it. If I want to change, where I am, I have to do something different. I've stayed in jobs too long, because it was comfortable. I've stayed in relationships too long. I've stayed in situations too long. And it's like, girl, that doesn't work out for you in the long run. You got to break out your comfort zone to be able to get to where you want to go to. The saying is, what you want is on the other side of fear, which translates to discomfort, to feeling unsure, and all the negative emotions that you may feel. What you want is on the other side of that. You have to push through it. And like Nike says, just do it. Regardless of how I feel, I'm going to just go ahead and continue on and pursue this. We all do things that we don't want to do or don't feel good about doing, or at first was just we were nervous about, unsure about, but we did it anyway. We took the action anyway. I know I have many times, and that's the same thing I'm gonna do here. regardless of how I feel. You know, you can feel what you feel and still take the action. Just because you feel what you feel, that doesn't mean you can't take action. You can hate it totally, gripe all the way through it, and still take the action. So that's what I'm going to do. And hold on to what Marie Forleo, a best-selling entrepreneur, um, here on YouTube and just known worldwide, everything is figure outable. You know, I feel lost right now, but if I hold on to the fact that yes, everything is figure outable, that's her mantra. Everybody, you can figure it out. Somebody has done what you're trying to do. Somebody has done what I'm trying to do. It's just a matter of being determined enough to find out what they did and do the same thing. So that's what I'm going to hold on to as I commit to learning YouTube. You know, I want to be a benefit to the platform, and I want it to be beneficial to me. I want it to be a win-win situation. I don't do anything half-hearted. You know, if I'm going to go in, I put my best effort in, and so that's what I'm going to do here. You know, I'm getting out my comfort zone and just doing it. Because one thing is for certain, like, just these 2 years just going back and forth, flip-flopping, that basically has been exhausting. It has taken a lot of mental energy from me, and it's not like, you know, it has helped in any way. If anything, if I had to just actually acted upon what I was given, what God gave me to do this 2 years ago, I would have been further along. But all I've done is prolong my stagnation, prolong being stuck. I'm not beating myself up. I'm just making an observation. So a lot of times it's just so much easier just to make the decision and then just deal with the feelings of making that decision rather than to just be stuck in limbo. At least for me it is. It's like, yeah, I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm unsure. But I do still feel better, liberated, that I've actually made the decision to go ahead and do this and that I'm not stuck. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So if I'm going to do YouTube, I'm going to do it my way. You know, I'm going to research. But at the end of the day, I'm going to follow what I feel led to do. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a plan. Anything you want to do, you got to have a plan for it. I mean, we plan for vacations, weekend, what we going to do for the weekend. Anything, you know, what we want to do. We may not have a formal written plan, but in our mind, we like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. That's a plan. So with YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and make a simple plan and for my next step. The next step. It ain't got to be a plan for the whole thing, because I tend to do that too. But just a plan for the next step. So the next step for me is to write down, because it's the biggest problem I said I had as I didn't have time, is to actually make a calendar, actually find out all I have to do, and look where I have time to actually make these videos. And also get the steps that I need to know to make a video from the idea to actually hitting publish and making it live. And then working in little increments of time, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, because again, I know I don't have time to spend hours and hours on making a whole video in a day. That's not realistic for me. But I do have 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there to be able to do some part of the video making process. Regardless of what my mind told me or what your mind is telling you, if you're dealing with the same, you don't have time to do what you want to do, that's just the mind trying to keep us safe and comfortable. But we have to push that aside and just be objective and really look and see, do I have time? And we all know that we spend a lot of time on our phones. That time right there could be used for something that's going to help us. I know that. Even though I know that I would spend too much time on my phone, the first response when I got YouTube was, I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. Yeah, I do. And yeah, you do. So, yeah, that's my plan. Find out where I really do have time to do this. Break it down with the steps of YouTube. and set a tentative deadline for when I'm going to actually have the video finished. That's my little simple plan. Keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple. Stupid is what it actually is. KISS, but I don't like stupid. I say keep it simple, simple. Meaning take the next smallest step that doesn't freak you out. Keep it simple, simple. Yeah. So that's my plan. Yeah. So here on Redefine Life, I just basically am in a process of transforming my life to be more in alignment with who I am. Basically living life my way and documenting the journey in hopes that it inspires you to do the same thing. If you're in the same situation, maybe you don't want a complete life overhaul. I don't. But there are certain key components in my life that definitely needs to change, and that's what I'm working on and sharing that online. So I want this to be a community where we support each other in that endeavors, in our individual endeavors. Um, yeah, like-minded people rooting each other on through the internet. You know, that's my goal. And that's it for this video. I just wanted to get back. I just want to get back. I just want to get in the swing of doing this. Get used to appearing on video. Get used to making YouTube a part of my life. So that's it. Subscribe if this sounds like something you would like to be a part of, because one thing I know is everything that you want to achieve is easier when you have support and you have a friend that's going through it with you. You can have family and friends that support you in your life in general, but when it comes to actually having the support from someone who's on their own, who's trying to achieve their own goals, they understand what it's like. When you really are too tired to actually do something, or something didn't pan out the way you wanted to pan out, when you did such and such, they'll get it. Basically, that's all I'm trying to say. So that's what I want this to be for you. All right. So what are you going to be working on? What goal are you working on? You put it in the comments. Or what goal would you like to start working on? Put it in the comments. I just want it to be an interaction right from the beginning, because I need y'all. I do. I really don't have that camaraderie locally. Again, I have family support, but just people that just I could just fit with, who gets it. That's what I want. I'm gonna have it here on the channel. All right, so let's see. Yeah, just do it. We gotta just do it. It's time. It's time. Don't even put your thoughts into it. I'm talking to myself. I overthink a lot of stuff, but I'm not doing that. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to feel what I feel and still take action. Do it scared. Do it mad. Do it angry, but still take the action to do it. Okay, well, I'll see you next time. Take care. And I can pretty much guarantee it will not be 3 months, 2 months from now. All right, guys. See you later.